peace, power, and prosperity to everybody who's seeking to raise their consciousness and make a contribution to this world that will last beyond their lives. The contribution I would like to make is to dedicate my life to, you know, raising my consciousness and my understanding of mysticism, the way things work, the way this world has come to be, and the way this world should be, and to do my part in enhancing relations between people, especially my own people who are suffering from low self-esteem and self-hatred and having to live in neighborhoods that are rife with violence, crime, various forms of economic depression, and overall a lack of confidence. We as a people don't believe that we can accomplish anything without some so-called educated person's assistance. Uh, we don't believe we can accomplish anything unless a white man or woman or foreigner of some sort is patronizing our efforts. We just don't believe in ourselves. And we can wallow around and talk about the past, and the past is valid. I'm not saying that it isn't. It definitely is. However, wallowing around on the floor saying, hey, this person tripped me up in the race, instead of getting up and finding a way to win that race, is pathetic. The time has come for us to get up and win the race. The time has come for us to actually actively and individually as well as collectively participate in analyzing our situation and doing what we can to fix things. Now, what could be better than being an active agent in the struggle for liberation or improvement in your community? What could be better than that? Why sit back and let somebody else take the credit? You know, let some outsider come in and fix what's going on in your house. Again, to me, that's pathetic. Now, I want to address an issue that we all know too well. When I say we in the black community know how stressed the relations are between black men and black women. You have a lot of people who appear to be sincere in their approach to mending the rift between black men and black women. And they go as far in their efforts to make the point that either the male is superior or the female is superior. You got a lot of groups out here pushing um, the fact that the black woman is the original human being, and the fact that she has mitochondrial DNA makes her superior to the man. And you have a lot of groups saying the exact opposite, that the man, with his reasoning ability and his ability to protect and defend the race, that he is actually the superior being. I want to know, what good does either one of these positions or stances or arguments do for our people? What good does it do to argue these points? Let's really think about it. What does it breed? On the one hand, you know, if the males are allowed to totally dominate or to feel that they're better, there's going to be a degradation of the female. It's going to be a debasing of her feelings, of her identity. And on the other hand, if women are allowed to feel like they are superior and more intelligent and all of this, it's going to breed uh, low self-esteem and the lack of masculine traits in our young men, which breeds weak men, weak adult men. It's crazy. When did we lose our way? When did we forget that we're one? And regardless if the black woman could originally, bear children without the man, that is not the way it is now. There's no proof of this. And there's no proof that a man can get along without women, at all. I've seen many contradictions to both stances in my life. I've seen uh, men that were able to run a household by themselves, or to show love and be nurturing and still be men. And I've seen women like my grandmother, who was very active in shaping the way I think, who was extremely rational. She was a Gemini, and she read all type of books, and she had opinions about everything, intelligent opinions. These defeat the arguments on both sides. Men have a natural place, they have natural strengths, and so do women. They have a natural place and natural strengths. And male and females should be complementary forces that work together to enhance our race's ability to survive and thrive and build and maintain institutions that will enable us as a people to make a great modern contribution to the world. It's not that we haven't made contributions, but in modern times, our people have been so beaten down that we feel defeated, and all we do is attack each other. These arguments that the woman is better, the man is better, the groups that are doing this, you're not helping. We are one people. We need each other. And if the men and the women are properly educated and the idea of self-love is properly fostered in the homes, then we will once again be able to be a formidable force in all isms and in all activities that nations engage in. If we continue to just try to make ourselves better than the other gender, all we're doing is separating our own house. That's all we're doing. And a house divided will fall. And we all know this. We should know it. They say curiosity kills the cat. I totally disagree with that idiocy. A cat is a very agile, swift, effective hunter, very crafty in the way it goes about feeding itself. And to imply that curiosity kills the cat, subconsciously it will affect you like this. You'll be thinking, well, a cat is an awesome creature. A cat is quick and always lands on its feet. And if it's curious, if its curiosity actually killed it, then I know I'm not anywhere as near as fast as a cat. So if a cat would get killed by its curiosity, I know I would be destroyed. So this causes us to hate to learn, to dislike learning. And the whip, fear the whip during slavery, and the whole culture of we're not supposed to read, it has a lot to do with us refusing to look at raising our consciousness as a worthwhile endeavor. This is sick. I'm extremely curious, and I've learned quite a bit on my own. It's a lot of people who have repeatedly told me, hey man, which college did you go to? Well, I never attended a college. Well, actually, I briefly went for a few days and decided it wasn't for me. Um, I never obtained a degree, never spent a substantial amount of time on a college campus, uh, anything of that nature. But I have educated myself with a hands-on approach, with a lot of reading, meditation, and surrounding myself with people who knew things. Or certain people took interest in me and say, hey, young blood, you could be doing this or you'd be very good at this. And I had a propensity to listen, a tendency to listen and learn. Curiosity can be very effective, but in this modern world, people, the so-called powers that be, seek to suppress our ability to think for ourselves, our desire to think for ourselves. So when we have a situation where people are following leaders and people who have the spotlight, and these people who have the spotlight, they continuously push these defective ideas that cause disunity. Where is that going to take the people? We need to call our leadership into account. It's not helping. Black women, black men at each other's throats or saying one is better than the other is not helping at all.